Alright, here's another preview for my hack, Wrath of the Artifact Beasts. Um, we're going to preview a new thing today. But I have someone to thank. I have Will33199 to be specific, to thank for helping me out, pointing me in the right direction, what to do for this boss rush. He is a total lifesaver, an absolute unit. I could not have done this without him. So, yeah. Let's save. Because I want to, and I saved in Moleville. So, this is a boss rush. I had trouble figuring out a way to give it a fail state, because before, if I game overed, it would just send me to the next battle without really doing anything. So I figured, thanks to him, I figured out what to do. This is a boss rush. Win frog coins with beating bosses. If you lose, you will return to your last save. Turn in frog coins at the Frog Coin Emporium to buy powerful weapons. Good luck and have fun. Alright, so just starting out, I'd go with the core trio, the first three, because despite the buffs to Bowser and such, these three are still really good. I think too good. I mean, I'd probably have to go through the first initial round of balancing before the final playthrough. I guess not initial round, you know what I mean? So we have two Hammer Brothers here. They have, I think, 3,000 HP. They are super weak to jump and ice. I believe it's ice. See, he goes down and the instant power bounce is super powerful, even more powerful than the original super jump it's based on. He increases his defense, but that is no big deal because Mal is gonna come in with the sheer cold. Yeah, a lot of the except for Mario, he only has one, well, he's changed it a little bit. A lot of the animations and stuff has changed, or at least the arrangement of stuff has changed. So for example, I'm gonna use Sub-Zero. This is a new attack. It is essentially Geno Whirl, but with an ice bomb, explosion kind of thing. I changed it from doing 9999 to just increase damage. So his Quake Bounce was originally, it's like Ultra Jump, I think? But I don't know why it was... Oh, no. Okay, hang on. Quake Bounce is his original bounce, like his little original jump. It's a late game ability where Spin Jump is his early game. It just does a jump on multiple people. It's a really short hop. This is just Quake Jump. Does a lot of damage. Boom. We spent way too much time on Mr. Hammer Brother over there. Okay, we get a bouquet, which I think is like flower pot or flower. I can't remember what the actual names were. Okay, so that's a problem with so one of the ideas Will gave me, and originally it didn't work, was to use the death and restarting related event as a subroutine. But I put that at the top of the command thing and it just wouldn't work. And so when I tried putting it in between, it did work, but now it has to go in and out of the battle, and you see the last part of the battle dialogue there. A little flawed, but whatever. I have to work. Maybe I can experiment with doing like a black screen thing in between the battles, but whatever. This fight is a absolute joke. These are two very early game bosses, of which there are normally like 3 or 4 of them. And we are like level 30 at late game, which is Barrel Volcano, which is the far, Axum Rages is the farthest boss I've worked on. I won't be getting to anything more until V4. These bombs, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Missed one. Yeah, but the idea is you could theoretically come to these, before even coming to Moleville. And so it's kind of like when you, fight, Lavos in Chrono Trigger. Like, you can do the boss rush there, but you could, theoretically do it super early, but it'd be super hard. when they die, they explode. I think I have them in actual Moleville mines, and I don't like that, and I want to like, get rid of them and then up their attack. So we have boosters. So I think I'm kind of trying to reserve FP, but I'm gonna power boost everyone. I can't remember what they're weak to. They might be weak to fire. You're going insane in the membrane. Incinerate. Okay, I will show this off just because I think it's funny. And these guys are weak to it. It's an instant kill, one hit, like fireball thing. You want Mallow? Mallow you! What, we do not have a lot of, oh, we have a decent amount of FP healing. Good thing is after 8 rounds is a shop, so, you'll be able to heal up nicely. One thing I didn't know is that weapons can have elements, which is really cool. I didn't know that. Let's do power bounce. Nice. Giving us crap ton of money. I should probably, I'll probably experiment a little bit, maybe doing like a black screen effect so it conceals the field or whatever, but I might have to do like a dialogue, like Friday next match or something, if I can't, work it out. Let's just do Star Rain. I think Star Rain is jump element. I can't remember if I changed that. I think I did, but I don't know if I changed it back though. Yeah, every four rounds there's a new music track, and the focus is a little different. So now we're actually getting into the artifact beasts, Kripo and Baba Yaga, from right to left. Of course, these guys are no match because we're level 30. Kripo is the first boss replacing Mac. Event Horizon misses for some god-awful reason. I know I tried to make it... I can't make it 100% accurate for some reason. So we will show off Glacial Spark. That is a good amount of damage. You know what, Mallow, you just punch. Decent amount of damage. I think the Megaton Punch has like a range to it. Yeah, all the weapons have been changed a little bit. Whether it's like the way they look has been changed or whatever, but yeah. I'm just letting him die via regular attacks. He has a pretty decent amount of HP. He's paired with another unused enemy, so he shouldn't have that much HP. He should be almost dead. Let's use another sweet tea, just because. Why not? Prepare for the next fight. The next fight will probably also be using a lot of... I'll demonstrate what happens if you use special attack on one of the enemies, and why the enemy is even there, because it's an interesting story. But, yeah. I'll probably just be using physical attacks. So next we have... Hang on. This to be rude. Master Blaster, another unused enemy, artifact beast, as I like to call them, and Summon Skull. Okay, another unused enemy is called Harlequin. And I was thinking some, like, card mechanic. I ended up with something totally different. But because I'm a stupid, because I'm a silly nerd, I thought of Yu-Gi-Oh! First, so I originally had all these, kind of Yu-Gi-Oh! Monsters. There was, like, a Goomba named Kuribo. There was, like, a I think a bomb like Jigen Bakugan or something, one of the bomb enemies from that show. And then there was like Summoned Skull, Dark Magician, and Bright Eyes Black Dragon, which you'll see in these which you will see in this boss rush. But that idea just didn't pan out because it was really difficult. Oh, I missed the timing. But what happens if you hit Summon Skull is he will do that. Now thankfully with our level it's not too crazy. But yeah, originally I had this idea. It was originally he's gonna be like he was gonna summon an enemy, and then when there were no enemies on the screen, you'd be able to hit him, but that just didn't pan out. And yeah, it didn't work out that way. Then it was gonna be, because one of the things that was giving me trouble was not only the commands not working, like it wouldn't work the way I wanted, but if you have so many enemies on a screen, it starts glitching really bad. After like 4 or 5, like it just does not pan out. So I ended up wanting to do just, okay, I'll have 2 of them. But then like the idea I had of like, okay, you can't specially attack them or they'll attack back, which is kind of stuck. At least with Summon Skull, I think. I don't know, it didn't pan out for a certain reason I can't remember. Maybe just command issues, but like, eventually I came up with like a traditional like 21 kind of mechanic. Where if you attack him with a special attack, he uses like the really, was it like, what's it called? Like Royal Flush, the really hard-hitting one? I wouldn't want to replace any of the card attacks, but we needed there were like a instant kill card attack called Joker or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll do that. What am I doing here? Okay, I am. This guy's also weak to cold. Crippo is weak to ice as well, and Daviak is also weak to cold, ice, and jump. Let's show up what I replaced Thunderbolt with. It looks a little weird against the background of Star Hill, but yeah. There's no flash because apparently if you change the color of the flash, it just stops working. Trying to save FP for what's coming up. I think he has about 4,000. I think so, because Crippo is about 2,000. He has 4,000. I think Baba Yaga has like 5,000. There we go. Okay, we get a max shake, which is good. I think I made max shakes for Sora FP as well, so... Okay, so I've replaced the second Croco boss with Raz and Rainy, because I like the idea of, like, they need to steal your coins to pay for, like, the expensive fees of, like, marrying more and then doing the honeymoon, so that's why they steal your coins. We're in pretty dire straits overall. I don't think so, no. I will use a royalty. Because it's worth it. It's only used for royalty, but Cheeto's using it because whatever. Oh, I don't know if the text popped on screen, but there was... So I was doing something interesting with like the... Also, I don't know why that effect is like the way it is, but whatever. So, yeah, I totally just lost track of what I was saying because I was thinking of the optimal thing to do. Okay, so Rainy is weak to fire and thunder, and Raz is weak to jump and ice. I'm gonna use Power Bounce on him. So I was really doing a thing like, he would say like ladies first and then let her attack kind of thing, like little cute interactions. Like, I think she can heal him. I was originally having a thing where like if Mario had a certain number of HP, she would start like, oh, I can hear the I can hear like the ceremonial bells already, and then use like Scarecrow Bell or something. I think I changed those attacks in V2, but I ended up scratching that, or scrapping that, because it didn't work. I think like half the time Mario would just reach that HP anyway, and just keep shooting it. So yeah, it was an interesting idea I had. Also, you saw how, I can't remember what it's called, Thundercloud? Still has like the poison for poison gas. I figured like electricity, like electrocution kind of thing. Ultra Flame kind of sucks because Birdo's immune to fire. I don't remember if I did that or if that was part of the game. I've been working on this for a long time. See, that assumes Raz is still around, which I don't know why, because she recovers him for... I guess I'll have to change things around, but whatever. I thought it'd be interesting rather than just having another Croco fight. Okay. Now, I honestly can't remember what Birdo's weak to, if anything. So we'll just knock them out. Maybe a Quake Bounce. Okay, not even those. It has... She has like 7,777 HP. I think she has like 777 in the original, and then I just added a 7. God damn, that is... That's crazy. Okay. Hold on. Watch my FP. I have 44 FP, right? I'm going... When I'm done with Star Rain, I will be at 39. I should be at 29, but I'll be at 39. So watch, I'm at 39. That's because I did not know this. Hang on, I'll wait to get to Mallow so I can easily demonstrate this. And I found this out when watching, CS3 Magus' streams, that if you have a page 2 like this, it will use the FP of the page 1 item. I did not know that. So what's probably going to happen is Mallow's no longer going to learn Star Rain, and instead that's going to be a Geno exclusive move. And maybe... I don't know. Because then, yeah, I think that's just going to be a Geno exclusive. I was thinking maybe putting Psycho Val on Geno, but no, I don't like that. So let's abuse it again. So I know Mallow is very specially offensive, but like, he already has a really good move in Heaven's Wrath, and like, it already fits Geno so well. Did I boost everyone? I don't know. I'm not gonna do it now. Even now, Birdo takes forever to defeat. Abuse it like crazy because it's fun. Now, I don't know how to switch around the placement of everything to like have it perfectly in order of like when you move, when you learn the move. But wouldn't it be fun if you had Psychopath as your first move, and then like something like Star Rain where it would only cost like 1 or 2 HP, or 1 or 2 FP. Birdo die. Definitely need to decrease the HP. Everyone's in pretty nasty position. I'll be ready for a Kyogre if I need it. Yeah, I did not know that. I learned that from the stream. Like, I learned a couple things. Like, apparently there's a skill swap glitch, where if you switch parties around, you can, like, learn other people's stats. Like, Mallow could learn, like, poison gas or something. I gave Mallow poison gas at level 10 in V1. That just kind of stuck, and I changed it to be, like, a Thundercloud kind of thing. I guess that still works with Mallow, being, like, polluted clouds or whatever, but, like, I like Thundercloud better. One of the things I had, there's an enemy Canary, where if you use poison gas on it in V1, it would just die. Okay, these two Dodos. I'm gonna power boost because they are weak to thunder, fire, and ice, I believe. See, they take a ton of damage. So something that I think now it's gonna use Akiro. We're all kind of in a shitty situation. I think he might be weak to ice. If so, I know he's weak to fire, because holy shit. Sorry, I shouldn't be cursing, whatever. Oh my god, I just totally lost track of what I was gonna say. Well, let's set if he's weak to ice. Yep. This fight as a kid was a pain. Dodo and Valentina? Oh my god. That actually reminds me, there was a weird glitch I encountered during the development of V1 that like switched around like commands of like every major boss. And it was super weird. Like I think before I changed it, Valentina had like the stuff responsible for like the commands responsible for like killing Mad Adder and moving on to the next part of the fight or something. It was really weird. Now, eventually, that happened to Jonathan Jones as well, but I realized I could just, like, copy-paste the script from the original game, and that's what I did, because I really liked that fight, even though it was fucking tough as a kid. A lot of fights for me as a kid were really difficult. But then again, I essentially did an HP-only run, just because I didn't know what the level-up bonuses were. Okay, we have a crap ton of coins. This is the, Monster Town shop. Let's see what we can sell. We have a lot of comeback colas. Do we really need to freshen up? I mean, it's gonna... Not an apple juice, at least. Now, at this point, you could always use Stronco shakes and Resilio shakes and stuff like that. Okay, let's look at our equipment, because that's what I forgot to do. Ultimate Fist. Okay, this is speaking of something that, so yes, Bowser has a teddy bear. It increases his attack by, I think, 127, and Courage Shell increases his magic by 127. I might make Courage Shell an equip, because that way he could also have, like, a class-related thing, instead of always having the, or, not an equip, I mean, it is an equip, an accessory, right? Because he could still have a class-related thing, but he either has to have magic or attack. I think I might do that. So yeah, Alchemist Ring. I did change the Lazy Shell into a Conch Shell, and it is plus 127 special attack and speed, but minus 127 attack and defense. So it is the ultimate Mallow item. But if you want to go for Mage Bowser, apparently a lot of people like that. I ain't mad at it. So yeah, so when I wanted to show, you could have yeah, have whatever equipments. Alright, let's get out of here. Okay, this is how we're gonna boost because the amount of damage we can pull off is amazing. Also, by the way, fun little fact, oh, I don't like those glitches at the top, of our little X thing. Weird. That's another thing of, like, too many monsters, or enough monsters that are too big, will cause little glitches like that. And it'll escalate. Like, if I had another third one, even if it's a small one, there might be, like, palette glitches or something. Not good. I don't like it. So, one thing to note about the Yu-Gi-Oh! Imitation monsters here. Red Eyes Black Dragon has 2400 HP, just like Seven Skull has 2500 HP. And Dark Magician, which we haven't seen yet, will also have 2500 HP. It's aping their attack values in the actual Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game. Let's power bounce it. This is Lumbler, another, unused enemy. He, instead of Zombone after Zardragon, he will fight Lumbler after Magidragon, which is an unused boss. Fun fact, Magidragon actually is used for the intro. I think. At least I think so. So I ended up having to rename Zardragon. Of course, you'll see Magidragon later, and a lot of palette swaps have happened, as you can see with, gosh darn, holy crap. As you can see with, Red Eyes over there. Which actually I think his eyes are black, I can't really tell behind the volcanic background. I made it was originally kind of like a yellowish orangish that didn't look good. I changed it into like a kind of chocolatey color. Because I like if there's ever a like volcano theme in Super Mario Maker, I wanted to I missed the timing, but I killed Red Eyes over there. I want it to be based on like the Chocolate Island volcanoes in Super Mario World. At least the Super Mario World version. Yeah, that's why he's that. I think I might change these battlefields to match the new Magidragon color. Maybe. We'll see about V3. He's down, 4,000 damage. Here's the Dark Magician. Okay, I changed some physical attacks, but because they, there's like some weird like intermingledness about things, so like if I change the Scarecrow animation, it'll change it for like everything else. Really weird. Geno can't boost us. Do I have a Strongo? I do. Okay. Now I don't remember what their weaknesses are. Let's do a power bounce on X and green. Yeah, the third act has more unused bosses, but also Axum Rangers and stuff. It's definitely a little bit more dangerous. Heaven's Wrath makes justice rain down from above. Okay, so these guys definitely have powerful attacks against us. Mario's dead, which stinks. And Geno has come back, which I might revert. That's what I was thinking of, like, giving him Psychopath or Psych-Eval, because I wanted him to have a full slate of abilities, but I don't like him to have a comeback. We are in a bit of a pickle. I think we shake here. It's a little bit more, higher stakes, because if I die, I die. Get a freebie. Sorry for messing with my mic. I think we cheese with Star Rain here. So, Dark Magician is down. I think Axum Green is the same amount of HP as, like, he is in the actual fight, I think. Like, in my version. I think my version increases his HP dramatically. Axum Black and Julu. So, our first duty... I also think I might give Bowser power boost. Or Gino's just getting robbed. I don't know. I'll think about it. So, do not attack Julu with special attacks. He will use Knockout. And he will use that within like 3 turns, I think. So our goal is just to hit him as hard as we possibly can. With physical attacks. Cross Thunder. It does a lot of damage. Here's something I've been wondering. Do boosts stack? There we go. Julu is down, and Axum Black is next. Let's do Star Rain. As a kid, this is what I learned from my dad. You do Axum Pink first, and Axum Red last. And then I kind of refined that idea to be like, Axum Pink, then Axum Black, then Axum Green, then Yellow, then Red. Spritz Bomb. Ay ay ay. Yeah, he's definitely not to be messed with. To hold back. Is he weak to fire? I think he might be weak to ice. No, he should be. Okay, here's what I should do. I should make him weak to fire, because isn't it like black attracts the sun and then white? No. I think he's supposed to be weak to ice. New Glacial Spark. There he is. Okay. On to the next round. We have Axum Yellow and Burning Wisp. Set everyone up with a power boost. Oops. Okay, maybe only an attack boost because I missed the timing. Okay. Now I can't remember what Yellow is weak to. Maybe we can jump? I'm not quite sure. Maybe sweet to ice? No, might be weak to fire. Don't know. We'll just, focus on Burning Wisp, and, see what happens. So Burning Wisp is the super boss that you find in Kero Sewers. It replaces the chest, bosses that were in V1. It seems to be doing decent damage to to yellow, but I don't think it's his weakness. I feel like with the boost and everything, it would have been dealing more damage. Speaking of dealing more damage, holy heck. Okay. So, I think, we need a royalty or maybe a mag shake or something. Sorry, just herbal tea. Yes, I know I said herbal tea, not herbal tea, whatever. Okay. Back to glacial sparking. He's got about 8,000 HP. Weird mushroom again. I did change his command set, right? Because yeah, that's a lot of damage. I'm gonna let Gino heal it. Gino's pretty low. That's worth a risk. Maybe it'll knock him out? Yeah, there we go. Gino can just come in and come back. This is a tough battle. Maybe we should replace it with something else. I don't like the idea of Burning Wisp being here. Now we can experiment and see what he's weak to. Okay, he's immune to fire. Thunder then? Yeah, there we go. Okay. I need to, okay, the final stretch. I need to, change the items you get here from like the flower tabs and bouquets or whatever to like, max shakes and like really good healing items, because I'm coming into this having 99, so yeah. Maybe those won't be as helpful. I was hoping that he would give me a turn to heal Gino, but it is unfortunate that we can't, which is fine because Mallow's gonna be our attacker here. Got a freebie. Okay. Sheer Cold should kill all of them before they get to attack. Or not. Fun. How much HP do they have? Well, herbal tea, I guess. I was hoping maybe get him with a max shake when we were starting to get low on HP, because max shakes also restore FP. Oh, yeah. I want to change Water Blast to an ice move. I'll have to change it back before we do releases. Kind of want to... Nice. He might have around 10,000 HP, maybe 8,000. On Gino's turn, I think we'll use like a group heal or like a, share shake or something. Let's do this. Lingering fire. He really does love doing his attacks. Definitely a lot of damage. But all we can really do is just keep hammering away at him. Damage. Even now, I mean, we're not too far away from where we would be when we fight him in the volcano. He's still pretty tough. And he goes down. And in his place, this is Heavy Press. He is the boss of Bellum Temple. Oh, I need to fix that. There's text there that I fixed in V1, but not V2. Darn. Thankfully, he is much, much weaker. And, we can start off with Sub-Zero. And, no, Glacial Spark, because he's also weak to jump. He has 4,000 HP, but he heals roughly 10 times. So in a way, he sort of has 40,000 HP. This was kind of inspired by the Crystal King boss in Paper Mario Master Quest. And that's why Mega Recover had to do 9999. Which I'm not mad at. There we go. Nice chunk of damage. Yeah, Boulder. Boulder decreases the FP a little bit, so it might be like 9 heals rather than like 10, but I tried to decrease the FP cost as much as possible. I didn't want it... Oh, I missed that. I didn't want it to be like outright 0, but maybe I'll make it 0. I don't know. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. Okay, now Mallow's not in dire need, but he does need healing, and we do need to heal our FP. Thankfully, because we're quite a ways away from where we would have fought this guy, we are much stronger. Oh man, this is timing again. I also like how he fits snugly into the center of that. Okay. The ironic thing is actually we're pummeling him again and again. He's not pummeling us. I think we're on heal like 3 or 4. Kinda hard to keep track. Maybe I can get this timing right. There we go. See, look at that damage. There we go. I figured Quake Bounce would do it. One thing I actually learned is that apparently, jump gets stronger the more you use it. So maybe it might be like a mid-tier, attack. I think I have it to where you get it before Incinerate. Or maybe after, I don't remember. Oh, a whole 6 damage. Yeah, that reminds me of something. When I would always, for some reason, put the Lazy Shell on Mario. But, like, the most damage anything ever did to Mario was like 6, and that was like Dark Star. Which always was a pain in the butt without the Lazy Shell. So it was like, oh, a whole 6 damage. I am so scared. And actually, I think even the guidebook says to put it on Peach. Because that essentially makes you invincible. That's why I got rid of the Lazy Shell and made it a Conch Shell. Made it more of a glass cannon weapon. Sure, hold again. Uh-oh. I'll just hit him with my regular attack. Still a decently respectable chunk of damage. I'll do power bounce and then have to hollow heal, or FB. Yeah, there we go. With enough power. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, there was a whole... I thought it was a stupid pun, like... So if you didn't read the beginning, because I was scrolling past it too fast. Here we go, Kirikiri Cola. Good item to get. He's training in the temple to rescue his mentor, Roger Stone, which is another Thwomp. I just thought it was stupid. This obviously dates the hack pretty... It obviously dates the hack. It was like pre-COVID when I started working on that, but like... Like, I think he got pardoned right before COVID. And he had talked about, like, oh yeah, Harlequin's a pain in the butt. He had talked about, like, yeah, it's pretty bad, is it nervous? I can't remember, respiratory stuff. So if he would have stayed in there when, COVID was about, he probably would have died. What am I doing? Healing FP, okay. No one is really in dire need of healing. You're all good in that department. The only really threatening thing here is Accent Pink. So I'm just gonna Ultra Flame. And we'll get to see, oh, I didn't boost his Gina. I think I was healing. But I guess that was the only thing I could do. Accent Pink is dead. Okay. Scratch that, reverse it. She's no longer a threat. But this is what you have to worry about. Okay, maybe you don't. But when you're on the balcony, you definitely have to worry about his counterattack to specials. He'll do, I think I explained this, right? Like, he'll do like, oh, what's it called? Royal Flush and stuff like that. He'll do really powerful attacks. Now that I know, that would do powerful for him. He keeps wanting to do, Wild Card was another one. Turn Mallow to a Scarecrow. Act like it's a big deal. Mallow wants to be using his specials. Ratchet's ready to recover. Royal Flush, here we go. 8 damage. After, you know, Magic Dragon and, you know, the previous 4 outings that were really difficult, This is kind of like a victory lap, but it's very short-lived. There we go. There we go. Crouch doesn't have a whole lot of HP. Hopefully he dies in the way I intended. I know it works with the setup I have that I showed in the previous video, but I don't know if it will on this one. I think it does, right? I don't think I've died to this. I might consider just checking. Okay. Oh, and I didn't see what that said. I need to fix that because it starts with a blank thing and then does the... Is this enough? Almost. Yeah, haze is pretty yikes. There we go. Okay, it does work. I'm not gonna spoil what Radish's gimmick is, but it's definitely interesting. These guys, okay. So we have Axum Red B, and we have a new meta weapon. So I plan for having super bosses in the game outside of like outside of the treasures. So one of the things I was gonna do is hide the Meteor Mash, which is the Ultra Hammer replacement, behind this guy. And what it's gonna do, he was gonna be in Booster's tower, blocking your way to get to the Masher, and then I was gonna replace it with the Ultra Hammer / Meteor Mash, and then you were gonna have to fight him. I never got around to that, and I was encountering some issues with doing that. So he's here, and oh boy, he is definitely queer. We also have Fred sitting on him like a boss. Yeah. Oops. Just to let you know what we're up against. I'm actually gonna save state here. Now I think he's weak to, I know he's weak to fire. But I think he's also weak to lightning? I don't remember. I think he has about 10,000 HP. I know he, has a bad reaction to fire. Oh. Remind me to change that, text. Yikes. I think it's supposed to say something like critical engine failure or something, but, and it's supposed to stop him from doing things for a turn, but apparently that didn't work. Well. Also, I might not want to get, change the shy away text. I might want to find something else. Mario's looking in pretty bad shape. Geno can heal. Mallow kind of gets to wreck house a little bit. What's my... yeah, max shake. I love it how it turns around. I think, and that palette for, the tank, I think it's just like a secondary palette. I don't think I edited it or anything. Flash fire. That's the less dangerous version of funeral fire. I wish the little status things that appeared, popped up weren't so synchronized. But whatever. Let's get rid of red. Also, black beam also does poison. It does burn damage or whatever. Savage blood, something you have to watch out for. The weaker version of that is Electro Ball. Do I not have a comeback cola? Actually, might not have a comeback cola. That is concerning. I mean, after this is another shop, so I'm not super concerned. But if Gino dies, we are screwed. Apparently you're only targeting the tank? Alright. Bring Mallow back up. Sunbolt first. For whatever reason, this fucks up, in certain areas, and it just continues and continues, and then, like, soft locks the game. I don't understand it. Also, red... I need to decrease the amount of Ultra Flame, because that's another thing. Red is actually dead, I think, but it doesn't... For whatever reason, when there's so many Ultra Flames, it just doesn't show that. There's a weird glitch. I decreased the amount of Ultra Flames in V1, and it only happened like once. Here, like, I'm actually just gonna save state again, because I've had it crash on me with this amount of Ultra Flames. And it sucked to happen, so I'm just gonna decrease it after this video. There might be some changes I wait till V3 to do, like, I think Gino can keep comeback for this video, for this update. Oh, I meant to do Psychopath, or Psychopath, just because I want to see how much HP it has. I love how it turns around, like, it's looking both ways before crossing the street. It's just blowing smoke. I thought that was funny. It's only like the crash only soft lock only happens like once in a blue moon. But I've had Super Flame soft lock in similar ways to the Sunbolt burst soft lock, where it like keeps going, the screen gets redder and redder. It's really weird. Okay, oops. I know it's technically cheating. Does it say something? Hang on. I don't know if I did that or if it, I can't remember. Anyway, we need an FP boost, and Gino is in dire straits. Dire straits calls for Mac Shakes, so... I forgot about that. Oh, and apparently Red's back. god, the tank just rams you. Oh god, that's funny. Yeah, that's weird. Some, like, an enemy will be dead, but they'll still do their thing. Won't be able to be targeted. But, will still attack. Really weird. No idea why that happens. I've learned so many weird things about Super Mario RPG from doing this ROM hack. Dang, Gino. Oh, shoot. I know it only has a small amount of HP left, so let's just hammer it home. Yeah, it'll linger on like the flame circling around the enemy and just kind of stay there. I know you're almost dead. Yeah, he's supposed to be the super hard super boss. Okay, now I'm concerned, because I think we're getting to the point where he should be dead, right? Uh-oh. Please don't tell me I have to do this all over again. Okay, well, pausing to see what's the matter. Okay, the only thing I can see that might be the problem, it's not getting stuck on this, right? Because if it was getting stuck on this, it would just run this battle dialogue, wait 2 turns, and then do this, right? Well, like, I think... I don't know why I wouldn't be able to do this, right? I don't know. But maybe... This hopium. Maybe if I do this, save it, go back to here, save state, reload, punch him. There we go. Okay, why didn't that work before? I literally disabled auto dip. Okay, whatever. We're going strong. Final shop. Okay. We need to buy... We still can't buy royalty at the Toad shop. That's gonna have to change. Then we gotta sell some of our bouquet, flower garden. I had to freshen up. I could use that on Scarecrow, Mallow, whatever. Okay, I'll have to look into that. What I'll probably do is put Meta Weapon in the Hammer Brothers part and just kind of test it. But yeah, that's really weird. I don't know if... Did I even save, like... Did I even save this part? Like, the actual Lazy Shell, like, interface? Or is that just being... dude, I don't know. Alright. We have Max Shakes. Can't carry any more. Let's look at our equips. Ultimate Fist. The Black Knight armor increases... increases our attack by 60. Our defense by a crap ton. I'm not doing the math right now. Oh, and it... I think it decreases our magic defense, whatever. Okay. We have the Alchemist Ring, which is does that. It's really good. Hunter shirt is good physical attack stuff for Geno. Peach has the war fan, the motherly dress. Peach is... Because, okay, I gotta explain that now. So during the Mac invasion, right, when all the Maxurrectionists entered the Mushroom Kingdom and stole the podium from the Chancellor, there's a cutscene where if you lead Toad to the princess's room, he'll like, oh, thank you, blah, 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 and then he'll give you a flower tab. But the dialogue is like, here, I think the princess would like you to have this, and then goes over to where the Peach's cutscene, like Easter egg is, and then comes back. So I'm like, I figured that'd be funny. I think it's instant kill protection against like all statuses. I can't remember. I have to look it up. I have to go back into Lazy Shell to look it up. And then Bowser has a Spiked Link, Courage Shell, and Teddy Bear, which is his equip he starts with. Okay. This is the last one. These are enemies from the idea that I have of the Pit of 100 Trials idea. They are the final boss of the boss rush. Let's do it. We have Dark Bones, Oblivion, Anti-Guide, and Final Lakitu. You see the palette issues I'm talking about with Oblivion here. Let's actually, if I get, I'll do it after the boss rush. Okay. So Geno is incapacitated. We will put him back up with Comeback Cola. Mario is in need of some good healing. We're not in need of... Wait, are we? What about FP? We are a little low, but not low enough to justify Mac Jig. A lot of these enemies have roughly 10,000 HP. And I do not know their weaknesses. Nice, getting a nice continual star rain. As soon as I said it. That doesn't break. Good. We are in a really shitty situation. I know some of these guys are probably weak to Incinerate. I'm not going to use it in the final battle. But holy shit, this is tough. I think it calls for... I think a shit... I know Love Shake is 255. Now let's do it. I think Share Smoothie's like 220. I wish I could go higher than that. I don't know how. I am gonna be a cheaty bitch and use Star Rain here. Also, I don't like how Dark Bones has the same palette as Summon Skull. I'll have to fix that. I don't know why it does that. It's really weird. However, there is one, maybe I won't spoil this. Nah. I'll keep my mouth shut. Dark Bones is down. Thunder Strike is a really powerful attack, especially from Final Lakitu. Mario's down. Arctic Star is another really powerful attack, 135 power. Geno takes it like a frickin' champ. I prefer... As much as I prefer Geno to be doing the reviving, considering he has it in a non-item way, but I think it's best if we Kira Cola. Even if Mario's in top condition, we have low FP and low HP. That's the right move. Fritz Bomb is a bitch. Miss, thank God. Dark Star's pain. And it nearly wipes us all out. I think if I did this right, Oblivion should be weak to the jump. Yeah. Let's keep on Star Rain. Fun fact, as a kid, I did not know you could continue the Star Rain, so it would only do it once. I think Oblivion should be next to come down. I think it's 9,999 HP. I think Blast Beam is the right move here. I don't know if anyone's weak to fire. I think Final Lakitu might be. I didn't look up their weaknesses, but I made their weaknesses, and I can't remember. Havoc Block, it's a really bad attack. Miss, thank you, Lord. Dark Claw is a pain, but it kills Mario instantly. Chomp. The stuff of literal fucking nightmares. Thunder Strike, also the stuff of nightmares. Okay, we are in a really, really bad spot. But, I think Anti-Guy's weak to ice. I can't remember. Nah, I'm not gonna risk it. I think we need... Actually, I think this is the right play here. I think we need to take one of them out. No luck. Oh, no luck. I only have so many comebacks, so I'm gonna revive Geno first. No freebie. Fortunate. Use comeback on Mallow. Hoping Mallow could get an attack in before they all started to attack. Flurry and Arctic Star again. Will-O-Wisp. This was the one spell I could not edit for the life of me. I could not find the Will-O-Wisp like background thing in the command thing for the life of me. Star Rain here. I think Geno heals. No deaths, unfortunately. Okay. Spritz Pop is such a pain. God. Anti-Guy needs to go, but I don't know how much. I think Anti-Guy has the most HP. Okay. Mallow, you Starbane, hopefully kill someone this time, and then Geno has to heal. Nice, nice! That is that's so good. That is so good. Havocwat is not, however. Please miss. 800 damage. Dark Claw is also not fun. Ion Field. Pain. Geno is down. That is not good. Maybe this fight would go easier if I had more defensive gear, but right now I'm going full offense because that's what I like. That's the playstyle I like to do. Come back. God dang. Mario's in pretty dire straits, and I don't really know what to do with him other than use a max shake, so that's what I'm gonna do, considering our FP is dwindling. Got a freebie. Mallow, you stick to your guns. Okay, we're back. Sorry, my battery died and I wasn't about to commentate this post-com. Oblivion is down. All we have left is Anti-Guy. We're sitting pretty. I think I'm just gonna do an Ice Blaster. There we go, nice dodge, nice block. Nice miss. Probably just gonna do Power Bounce. We're so close to the end. And then I'll show you what Oblivion is supposed to look like. Dang, that's a lot of damage. Let's try Heaven's Wrath. I know I've been doing Starbane a lot, but now it's down to just one. I feel like we could do Heaven's Wrath. There we go! Oh no. Okay. You teased me, game. You nearly gave me a heart attack. I thought we were gonna be in another soft lock. Nice! Oh, and I need to close the dialogue. Ooh, okay. I'll fix that. But we've done it. We have exactly 70 frog coins in our possession. So let me show you what you can do with those frog coins. So let's get out of here. Go over to Tadpole Pond. I originally had it open like a shop before you started the boss rush. And I originally tried making like a new shop, but I think there was an issue or something. I can't remember what it was. Is it this one? No, this is the, let's turn this down. this is the Frogcoin Aquarium shop. I removed the Share Shake and put that in Moleville. The Better Healing is a little ways away. The Frogcoin Emporium. I think I went here first, right? I don't remember. So we have a lot of stuff we can buy. Of course, you can always get it through the normal means of getting star coins. I think like the casino you can do. Pack Scarf, Peaches, Power Belt, Seed Fertilizer. That reminds me, I should remove them and replace them with something else. That way, this is the only way you can get. It's kind of evil though. I think I'll keep it the way it is for V2 and then change it for V3. Maybe. I don't know. I'll think about it. But we're here for one thing. There's a lot of save state because hot dang, we have the Meteor Mash. This is an equip for our buddy Mario. It does not increase his attack for some reason. I'll go look into that. Let's get out of this area. Alright. So, let's show off the Meteor Mash in Bandit's Way. Gonna defend. Wait, nope. Yeah, it is Smithy's hammer. It's a little bit awkward, but it looks kind of cool. That is your ultimate prize for getting all those frog coins. It's the most readily accessible one. I think it's the cheapest one, right? Aside from maybe like the Star Egg or something like. So I think that's about it. Let me pause and show you Oblivion for a second, and then I can also check the weapon stats on the Ultra Hammer. Hang on. Okay, this is Orbzorber. This is Oblivion. Oh, actually, I need to. That's Oblivion, but it was having palette errors. I'm probably just gonna remove Dark Bones, like I said. That is what Oblivion is supposed to look like. Oh, I see. So Ultimate Fist is 127, and so is Meteor Mash. That'll get fixed. I'll probably either edit it in Hex to make sure it is higher, or just decrease the amount that Ultimate Fist does. Whatever. I'll take care of that in a bit. So that is the end of the boss rush. I hope you've enjoyed me showing you the boss rush, and hope you're excited to play this game. This will be the last video about V2 that isn't the launch trailer, I guess. However, CS2 Magus, which I said his name wrong, I said CS3 Magus, I gave him an extra number. CS2 Magus will be beta testing the game, the hack, before it goes up live anywhere. So if you want to watch that, CS2 Magus, you'll probably see him in the comments in the previous video, and maybe even in this video, whatever. You'll probably see him there. You can watch, but until then, you can watch his beta test of Super Luigi RPG, made by Will, the same person who helped me out, and he is an absolute lifesaver. Yeah, I'm super excited for V2 to come out. It is such a huge change. All that needs to be done, some readjustments, making sure everything is balanced the way I like it, and then a final test playthrough. And when that is done, then, yeah, then it'll be ready for playtesting, and then eventually out. My hope is to get it out before July 4th. Before Xenoblade comes out at the absolute latest, but there's no reason it should take that long. Whatever. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Will. Thank you, CS2 Magus, for being awesome. And thank you for making my dream come true.